All right, guys, we were talking about baseball. Let's bring up Terry Francona. Mikey was worked up about the fact, right? Mikey, you were worked up?
Yeah, I was pretty upset about this. And I'm not even like a longtime Guardians fan, but what Francona did with this team, from the expectations of finishing fourth in the AL Central to making the playoffs, winning a playoff series, taking the Yankees to 5 games, for any outlet to award anyone else the AL Manager of the Year award, you take tagboard full. But Sporting News gave Brandon Hyde of the Orioles the nod over Francona.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense.
And I have no idea how you could make that assumption or conclusion after what Francona did when the Orioles didn't even make the playoffs.
Bull, explain it to us. How did they make that?
It doesn't make any – there's no explanation. Brandon Hyde did a nice job.
Okay.
He did a nice job.
Explain what he did to us.
Okay, so the Orioles should have been a team – like the Guardians, I think a lot of people thought would be like a 70-something win team.
Yep.
And they won 90 and made the playoffs.
Yes.
And Francona should win. Now, the Orioles were a team in a much better division that most of us thought would win 55, 60 games, and they were in the playoff race till the last week or two of the season. Kudos to him.
Right.
He should have solidly finished second in every Manager of the Year award because the fact that he got that team over 500 is a remarkable job.
Right.
But Terry Francona, even though it's in a worse division, got a team that nobody had in the playoffs into the playoffs and winning 92 games. I don't think there's any debate.
22 games over 500.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So what's the rationalization there? Do you think he was just trying to be different? Do you
I think the Sporting News was trying to be cute. Maybe the guy who picks the award for the Sporting News thought the Guardians would be a lot better than the rest of us did, and so he didn't think it was that big a deal because he might be just saying, well, it's a bad division, somebody's got to win it. The American League East is a very good division, and the Orioles, it's not to knock Brandon Hyde. He did a tremendous job.
How long has Brandon Hyde been manager there?
I think 3 years.
Okay, so that's probably 3 years?
Coincidentally enough, he was on the Cubs coaching staff in 2016.
So that's probably the thing, though. They're probably more excited about a guy who hasn't been doing it that long. I think Terry's probably a victim of his own success.
A lot of times.
Where, we're so used to him being good.
However, the Sporting News won the official, MLB Manager of the Year award. I'll be stunned if it's not Francona. I think the Sporting News was trying to be cute here.
Well, I think
they pulled the Stefanski.
They tried to be cute.
Right.
A lot of times, and I got a problem with this. Sometimes we have this thing where we have to even stuff up, like
LeBron not winning an MVP.
Or just saying I'm not going. I'm Antonetti. I'm not going to vote for him because. No, if he was good enough to win the award, and his storyline, his stat line, everything is better, and you see it with your eyes. Why would you give it to somebody else just for the simple sake of saying, I'm going to give it to this guy because he has it 5 times?
Right.
It's crazy.
I never understood that.
Never.
It's like, well, I can't vote for him every year. Well, if he's the best every year, why can't you vote for him every year?
I think it's Martin Scorsese didn't win his first Oscar until The Irishman for directing, I think, which is not like
that's weird.
Yes, which is
I
not,
didn't love The Irishman.
No, and that's the point. The point is sometimes you are giving something for your career rather than because he deserved it for other movies.
Right.
But they didn't give it to him then. They didn't give it to him then. They're sick of giving it to somebody else, so they're just like, well, this is the year we're going to give it to this guy because as more.
They did it with Denzel Washington. He got it for Training Day. And we're like, Training Day is great. It's iconic. But it's not Malcolm X. It's not. I mean, he's done so many. Philadelphia.
To me, there's 15 movies that he's better in than.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me correct that. Denzel Washington is great in everything he's in.
Any movie.
There are 15 movies, in my opinion, that he's done that are better movies than Training Day.
Yeah.
You know what I just rewatched?
I like Training Day, but there are movies
way better.
Remember the Titans.
Oh, remember
underrated, so good, and that I just rewatched the Inside Man or
Inside Man was great in that.
So good in Inside Man.
What was the movie where I think it was called John Q, where he's kids in the hospital?
That was great.
Yeah, we could go on.
We covered Teen Wolf. We covered Denzel movies. What's next, Mikey?
By the way, a couple other notes on the Guardians people might be interested in, maybe not paying attention to. We mentioned a couple weeks ago that they have like 6 finalists or 5 finalists for the Golden Glove. But there's an outlet called the Baseball Bible, which I really respect. They do all this deep dive into analytics when it comes to baseball defense, and they announce their award winners. Yeah. They don't even do American League, National League. They just have one winner at each position. The Guardians won Best Fielder at Stephen Kwan in left and Miles Straw in center field.
Wow.
And don't they have 2 Silver Slugger?
2 Silver Slugger finalists, Jose Ramirez and Andres Jimenez are finalists for the
So
Silver
who all
Slugger.
has a chance at winning a glove this year?
Gold Glove finalists, Shane Bieber, Jose Ramirez, Andres Jimenez, Miles Straw, and Stephen Kwan. I think that's I think 5 guys.
Jimenez, I didn't know
are all
about
finalists.
him.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. Well, that's
great. I
great.
mean, there's a lot of promise and a lot of interesting stuff in the offseason, but we'll leave it there for now.